Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Costa if you're new here. So today's video is going to be pretty much a review on the Makeup Revolution Bratz eyeshadow palette. I didn't get there sooner enough to get the Limitless palette, so I picked whichever shade range I guess I liked the most. They were out of... Hi Raphael, what are you doing? Back up. Stay. Sit. Can you sit? So I would have preferred to get the Sasha eyeshadow palette because that's the shade range that I preferred. But I went ahead and got the Chloe eyeshadow palette. I mean, I guess I closely resemble her at the moment. But on top of reviewing this eyeshadow palette, I'm also going to be doing a full face of Makeup Revolution. So if you're interested, just keep on watching. If you're wondering where I am, I do Rover, so I like take care of dogs. Right now I'm doing a pet sitting, so I'm at a client's house watching their dog. His name is Raphael. Raphael, so cute. And he's the cutest, sweetest thing. Like, his ears look like they're ponytails. So in my makeup routine, I like to start with primer and then the eyebrow pencil first, and then I go into eyeshadow. So the primer that I got is this Makeup Revolution Hydrate and Prime Primer. And this primer cost $8. It's a very liquidy consistency, and it's pretty white. So it does feel a bit oily. I would guess like that's why it's considered a hydrating primer. But it also does feel a little tacky, which will be good when I apply the foundation to my face. The next item I got is a Revolution Pro Define and Fill Brow Pencil. So it's a precision microblade effect for fuller brows. And this feels heavy, like expensive. So this was $8, not bad. And I got this in the shade Warm Brown. I think I thought this said medium brown, so hopefully this looks fine on my brows. And this pencil also comes with a spoolie at the end. I'm just curious, let's see how much product is in here. Yeah, not much, but I guess like $8 isn't horrible. Like, I think a lot of the more expensive brow pencils probably have just as much product and cost like 3 times as much, so no complaints. Maybe it will last longer than it looks like it will. So this is looking a bit warm tone, hence warm brown. My brown brows are a bit cooler than this color. So I haven't used a brow pencil in a hot minute, so I'm not sure how well this is gonna be looking. So I think that's all I'm gonna do with my brows. I don't want to overdo it, especially when the color doesn't exactly match my hair color perfectly, but not bad. I like that it's more of a dry consistency, not like so smooth, because then you could just really look like you have blocked brows if you have too smooth of a eyebrow pencil. So before I get into the eyeshadow palette, I'm just gonna put on some eyeshadow primer. I'm using the Luscious Angel Eyes eyeshadow base. Oh, this is so cute. I love the light blue. So hopefully there's a setting color in here. Yeah, okay, good. There kind of is. So this is what the shade range looks like. Very light, very girly. I'll probably go a more neutral route because I do have some things to do today that I don't want to be like having like colorful makeup. And another thing about this palette is that it also has a very nice mirror. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my eyeshadow primer with the shade Spaced Out. Okay, so what do I want to go in with? So I'm going to go into like this pale purple color. It's called Monologue, and see if we could maybe use that as like a transition shade, so above my eye crease. So it doesn't, I can barely tell it's there. Like it's very faint. Like it looks like a pale pink purple. There's a little bit of shimmer in that color, but it's noticeable in person. I don't know if you can see it on camera. It's enough of a transition shade that I'm not gonna bother going in with another one. So now for the shade that I'm gonna put all over my lid, I'm gonna go in with the shade Crush. It's this pink mauve color right here. And I'm just gonna pretty much just put that like all over my lid. So one thing I can point out already with these eyeshadows, at least with like the matte ones, they're not like the most pigmented. They don't have fallout, which is great as far as I can tell. And it does apply the color, but you just have to kind of build it up to get the pigment that you want. So very cute. It looks a bit brighter pink on the camera, but to me it looks like a cross between pink and purple. Again, like a pink mauve color, cool toned. Like I wouldn't even need another eyeshadow on top of this. Just like put the rest of my makeup on, put some mascara on, and you're good to go. So there's two pinkish shades that I could dive into. There's this Glitz shimmer shade right here, which is a bit more pink. And then there's also Pillow Fight, which is a more purple color. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with Pillow Fight, which is that purple color. And then after that shade, I'm going to top it off with this highlighter shade, and it's called Feathers. Oh, this is very nice. It has like a very icy consistency. No, an icy like appearance to the shimmer shade, and definitely blends in nicely with the shade Crush. So Pillow Fight is a very nice shimmer shade, and there's like minimal fallout. Like I see a couple specks of glitter, but nothing from like the pigment of the shade. So now I'm going to go back into the palette and get the shade Feathers. Put that on the tip of my brush. And put this more in like the center of my eyelid. Oh yeah, that took it to a whole nother level. So pretty. I think with that shade though, there is a little bit more fallout than the other shimmer shade, but nothing like too noticeable. So my conclusion with the eyeshadow palette, it is a decent palette. The mattes, you have to build up to get like a decent amount of, or not decent, it looks decent with the first swipe of the shade, but you have to build it up to get it more pigmented. The shimmer shades are great, and then these other shimmer shades, which I feel like I would just call them highlight shades. I don't know if you could use these as highlighters or not. It's definitely worth a try. I'm not going to do it right in this video, but maybe later on. At least the shade Feathers is so good. These shades would probably be really good as like a topper to your eyeshadow look. Oh, and I don't believe I mentioned the price. The smaller palettes like this from the Bratz collection, it's $22. The bigger one, the Limitless palette, that one's $28. But again, they didn't have that at my Ulta store, so So the next item I got from Makeup Revolution in the Bratz collection was this eyeliner. I'm pretty sure this is just a simple black eyeliner. Oh, so this is cute. Wait, hold on. Is this a liquid eyeliner? Oh shit, it is. I was expecting this to be like a pencil eyeliner. So I'm going to put on a pencil eyeliner first before I put this on. So for some reason I can't find my pencil eyeliner, but that's okay. This eyeshadow look really, it doesn't need it. So let's go ahead and go in with the liquid eyeliner from the Bratz collection. And it's really cute. I don't think I have any liquid eyeliners that are in pink packaging like that. So just based on that, this is not gonna be an item I return. So this liquid liner is in the shade black, and I got this for $10. Okay, so not the best application of a liquid liner, not on my part, but just it's a little dry and a little streaky. It's just not as smooth as other liquid liners I've tried when applying the liquid eyeliner. Really gotta go in and swipe a few times to make it look fairly solid. But nevertheless, it does look good. But I have a feeling that this may, like the liquid liner may dry up quickly. So definitely not the most even. I'm not going to try to make them even because we all know how that ends up. Overall, with the liquid eyeliner, not my favorite as far as application. Like, it does look nice. Hopefully it doesn't transfer to the top of my lid, which sometimes liquid eyeliners will do. But we'll see throughout the day and see how long it lasts. So now we are getting into the exciting part of makeup, which is the face products. So the foundation that I decided to go with, they had multiple options, but I decided to go in with a skin tint. So this is called a super dewy skin tint, tinted moisturizer. And I got mine in the shade medium light. If you've watched my past videos, you know I have problems with matching my skin tone. Hopefully this isn't too light nor too dark. So I'm not sure whether to go in with a sponge or a brush. I think I'll go ahead and do both. So I'm going to pump this onto my hand. It is a little thick. So I'm gonna go into my right side with the sponge. I feel like I can barely tell a difference right now. So I think this does match my skin fairly well. But right now I'm having a hard time really telling the difference between my makeup side and my non-foundation side. So hold on. So with the sponge, I can honestly barely tell a difference. Like, even up close, like, it looks like both sides of my skin are the same. Like, my right is slightly shinier, but maybe it's because I'm using a sponge. Let's go ahead and try a makeup brush using the It Cosmetics Love is the Foundation brush. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing a difference. I mean, I know it's a tinted moisturizer, but I feel like with other tinted moisturizers, I would still see somewhat of a difference. I'm kind of going in both sides now. I think you might get a little bit more coverage with a brush than you would a sponge. Like, look, let's put it on my lips. There's a little bit of a difference. If you are wanting full or medium coverage, definitely don't get the tint moisturizer. But if you are looking for a lighter to no coverage, then this is probably the foundation for you. Like, I'm not mad at it. I actually prefer a light coverage. I do think it did something, like maybe evened out my skin tone on my face. But as far as coverage goes up close, you can't tell. So as of right now, I'm not seeing much, like any like dry patches necessarily. A tiny bit on my chin, but that's pretty normal for me. Not complete coverage with like blemishes, but it does like mute them down a bit. So far I am not mad at it. Oh, and the skin and the tinted moisturizer, it goes for $12. So the next item I got is probably gonna end up being more coverage than the tinted moisturizer, but I got the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. So I'm probably, just to not, I guess, like overpower the tinted moisturizer, I'm just gonna put like a dot on the places that I want to put this. And the shade that I got is C7. Oh, and if I didn't say, the concealer is $7, which is really good price. So if this is a good concealer, like, you bet your ass I'm going to pay that instead of like $30 for other concealers. Okay, so far with the little bit that I put on there, I do like this concealer on first application. We'll see over time, over the day. It did lighten up my under eyes a bit. I think this is gonna be like the best review, honestly, with that concealer. But it looks like it applies well over the tinted moisturizer. I like love my skin right now. Like, it does not look like I'm wearing too much makeup. Like, it looks like there's like a little bit of a blurring effect that I put, like a blurring primer or something, over my face, but you really can't tell that I'm wearing foundation. So the next item is a Conceal and Fix Loose Setting Spray. And this is in the shade Light Pink. I think they also had a translucent, or they had a few setting powders and one of them was translucent, but I chose Light Pink. And it claims to be no flashback and water resistant. I might be sweating later today, so we're gonna see about that. And I like the packaging, like it lifts up. Like, okay, maybe it's a little harder than the screw, but it lifts up instead of a screw top. Oh, but look, you could screw it off if you wanted to. So you could just close it like that, or you could take it off, screw it off. Okay, so one thing for sure, I just shook this, you know, as I usually do. With that lid being there, when you shake it, it does kind of come out, so don't shake this product. So I'm glad I put like my robe down, because I definitely don't want to get anything on their carpet. So I'm just gonna put this pretty much everywhere I put the concealer. Okay, so the setting powder does look really nice on my skin. My biggest complaint though is that what I thought was going to be like revolutionary packaging ended up being a fault because it ended up making a mess. So stick with the screw-on tops. Don't bother with the lid. So the setting powder, oh my gosh, it goes for $11. Next item is a bronzer. So this is called a Mega Bronzer, and I got this in the shade Cool. I like that this is, seems like it's very huge packaging. It is pretty thin though, so I don't know exactly if they just make it seem like you get more product or you do get more product. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and give this a try. And this bronzer was $8. Oh, probably went in a little heavy. I swooped this on my forehead, and yeah, did pick up a lot of product. I may have gone a little too heavy-handed because now I'm looking a little muddy. Oh God. So in an attempt to make this less muddy, I'm just blending this all around my face. I do like this color though, but definitely don't go in with a light or with a not light hand, heavy hand, because you're definitely going to have some buildup wherever you first apply it, and it's gonna look a little muddy. Now, knowing that it is pretty pigmented, tap off the excess, do a little bit of nose contour. So definitely, I think the right color for my skin tone, that bronzer. I'm definitely more of a cool toned for sure. Next item is a blush. So this is called the Blusher Reloaded in the shade Peach Bliss. This goes for $7. So the design on it actually reminds me of, is it Physicians Formula or is it Milani? I want to say like Physicians Formula, like the print or the pattern that's on their packaging. And even the shade, honestly, it reminds me of, I want to say, is it Milani? Maybe it's Milani. I'm not really sure. Okay, so I think you could go in a little bit heavy-handed with this blush. It's not too pigmented, which I prefer because I definitely don't want to overdo it with blush and make myself look like a clown. So you can definitely tell the difference right from right to left. So I like the blush. I mean, nothing like extravagant about it. Does that shade Peach Bliss does go well with my skin tone. Yeah, that's really much all to say about that. Then the next item is our favorite part, or at least my favorite part. I think most people's favorite part. It's a highlighter reloaded, and I got mine in the shade Just My Type. I'm gonna go in with my highlighter brush, put this on my cheekbones, my nose, a little bit on my forehead, a little bit on the cupid's bow and the chin. So I'm not seeing any fallout, and it really doesn't look like I'm picking up anything. Let's see if it applies. Okay, so you can see it a little bit. It just doesn't have any fallout, which is great. Okay, so that's really pretty. It almost looks like it gives like a wet glow. Okay, like so pretty. I highly recommend the highlighter. Hello. And I believe this was $8 as well. No, $7, excuse me. It was $7 for the highlight. So the next item I got, which is the last item I got from the Bratz collection of Makeup Revolution, this lip crown, and this is in the shade, I'm guessing it's Chloe. I'm guessing Chloe is the shade. Like, I looked at a few of the different characters, Chloe, Sasha, Yasmin, and the lip products looked like pretty similar. Like they were just a little like a little shade off than each other. And this was $10. So I was actually expecting this lip color just to be a little bit more brown. It does look a little pink reddish tone, not exactly like this, like what you would expect it to be. I like even the packaging. I think you would expect it to be maybe a little bit more brown, but it is a pretty color. I don't think it necessarily goes with my eyeshadow makeup that I have on now, but with a more neutral look, like this would be great. And you really can't tell that I'm wearing a lip product. It looks like almost similar to like what my natural lip color looks like. So I did forget to put eyeshadow underneath my lower lashes. So before I go in with setting spray and mascara, I'm just going to apply a little bit. So now with the setting spray, I chose the Conceal and Define Infinite Mattifying Longwear Makeup Fixing Spray. It claims to be 16 hours. So it's 10:30 a.m. right now. I probably won't get 16 hours worth because that would be like, what? 2 to 4 a.m. in the morning. No, thank you. I'll probably get a good 12 hours worth with this makeup. So let's go ahead and look on how this sprays. So it's not an aerosol, it's just a spray. It already looks a little wet, so it has leaked out a bit. Okay, so the spray doesn't look bad. It does have a refreshing scent to it, so there probably is perfume or some type of fragrance in the spray, which if you have sensitive skin, you might want to stay away from this. Okay, so the spray is very light. It smells so good. I don't know why, it reminds me of like a beach scent or like the ocean. I do love though that it's not a harsh spray. A few setting sprays I've tried, like something with the whole of the spray is just messed up and it like is so aggressive. This is very light. It does feel a little tacky, a little bit. Like I can kind of feel it on my arms, but nothing too noticeable. So the last product I got from Makeup Revolution is this Waterproof Revolution Mascara. I chose waterproof knowing that I would be wearing this while outside, so hopefully it's sweat proof. This is $10. So the wand does look very chunky. There's not, I don't know, this doesn't really look like it's going to do much, but nevertheless, let's go ahead and try it out. Okay, so I can already tell you that this is probably my least favorite product so far with this full face Makeup Revolution. It's not lengthening. I wouldn't say it's volumizing. It just seems bound to be clumpy. It doesn't distribute well on the lashes, especially like the lower lashes, because the wand is so thick. It's harder to get into those narrow spaces where the smaller lashes are. So this is definitely something that I don't think I'm gonna keep, nor would I buy again, regardless of it being waterproof. Yeah, that's my opinion on that. And I don't know if I said, but the mascara goes for $10, and you could sure as hell get a probably better mascara that does all the right things for the same or cheaper. Okay, so that is it for my application of this makeup. Let's go ahead and get a close-up of my skin. I really like how my skin looks. It looks really natural. It doesn't look like I'm wearing too much makeup. So I'll probably definitely be keeping the concealer, the tinted moisturizer. But let's really see like the durability of this makeup. So I will be back tonight. Now if I'm feeling gross, I might take it off before 12 hours. I don't know, but I will see you guys in around 12 hours from now. All right, guys, so it's not quite 12 hours. It's probably more like 10 and a half hours. But I'm not planning really to do anything else today. It's almost 9 p.m. So I might as well just wrap up this video and let you guys see what it looks like 10 and a half hours later. So today I did pretty much my usual. I walked a couple dogs, and then it ended up kind of raining a little bit when I was walking them. So this face has definitely endured a few drops of rain. I've eaten a sandwich, I've eaten takeout. Yeah, that's probably the gist of what I've done today. But nevertheless, let's get in closer. And this is what my skin is looking like. 10 and a half hours of wearing the, what is it? Makeup Revolution products. So my skin does not look half bad, really. You can slowly see like some indentations like where my smile lines are, but lines have yet to appear. I think there might be a little bit of breakdown over here, but I'm not sure if the tinted moisturizer even completely covered that area, so it probably looks the same way as it did before. Lipstick is a little faded, but you can still see the pigment. Not bad, still comfortable. Probably could still get away with not reapplying the lipstick. So the face, as far as like oiliness goes, it actually looks really good. I don't look very shiny at all. Like a tiny bit in the T-zone, but nothing that would need blotting. The eyeshadow, I think, looks pretty intact. Yeah, I don't think it's budged at all. The eyeliner looks relatively the same, no transfer. The mascara, I mean, yeah, it's still there. It's not my favorite mascara. It's not as lengthening as others that I've had. And I just don't like the shape of the wand. It's not very efficient. Like even my under eyes look pretty good. Like the tinted moisturizer, I feel like didn't budge. The concealer didn't really budge. Like, and I honestly prefer like this more natural foundation that is more up my alley than like the full coverage, because that just throughout the day you just feel hot and like your face is melting, and that's never pleasant. Overall, I liked most of the Makeup Revolution products. They definitely have a large collection of things that you can try, multiple primers, multiple setting sprays, so many makeup palettes, that if one item doesn't suit your fancy, then you could try another one that might be more up your alley. Like with me, the mascara, I didn't like the waterproof mascara. Maybe the few other mascaras that they have, maybe I would like those better. Anyways, so enough rambling. That is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.